Hello friends, and welcome to this section of my garden. Welcome to my garden, and my name is Fulu, also known as the Steward of the Earth. Steward of the Earth is my Steward of the Earth Gardens Nigeria is my little garden stroke plant nursery that I run from Lagos, Nigeria, and I just love plants and grow my plants and sell them, and this is what I do: plants and garden lifestyle, and everything. So without further ado, as people say, I want to introduce you to one of my favorite plants. It's a vine. I have lots of vines in this garden. So this is just my little balcony where I just filled with plants. Most of my other balconies here, they're not, they don't really have anything. So anyway, this is Philodendron Micans, also known as velvet, black gold, black gold, black gold philodendron. Or yeah, anyway, let's just call it Philodendron Micans. And I have lots of vines in this garden. This is one of my favorite vines. And let me just do a close up so you guys can see it. It's a very gorgeous vine, very luxurious looking. You may not be able to really get the full beauty on this camera on the video, but it's worth a try. Every little helps. It's got really velvety, shiny leaves. Not too shiny or too glossy, but they have a quite metallic look to them, and shades of greens, reds, bronze. It's just really lovely. It's just a really beautiful vine, and yeah, red stems as well. So this is a small one that I should be giving to a friend soon. If she's watching this video, she will know, and she will appreciate it. And if she doesn't, then that's her loss. Yes, so that's Philodendron Micans. I'll show you another a bigger one, because this is a small one in the smaller pot. The leaves can get quite big. I mean, it's a vine that has small leaves, but the leaves can get as big as my hand. So the other one here, much bigger. Look how big these leaves are. So I'll just do a 360. You can see the red tones, orange, bronze tones in it, and you can see how it's growing and trailing. And if it's well fed, the leaves won't get tiny, or maybe the leaves just don't get tiny. And you can see the arrow roots as well. So I'll do a little 360 for you. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Beautiful, beautiful. But anyway, yeah, this is one of my favorite plants, and how I came across this plant. So yeah, I started my garden 2 years ago, and I just used to visit. Most people in the garden world in Nigeria, in Lagos, Nigeria, are middle-aged women, and they're also lovely. And I just used to reach out to them and visit them. So one of them, a lady from Sugar Tree Gardens, yeah, she gave me a little one in a little pot, I think just like this, and I divided them and planted a few in my garden, and they just grow everywhere, all over my walls. I wish I could take you to see my philodendron micans all over the walls. You should see it on a few pictures in my Instagram, but yeah, they grow really big on the walls, and that's how I kind of always have philodendron micans in stock, in my garden nursery. Yeah, they just grow really fast, and they're not fussy, they're easy to grow. So today I'm just talking about philodendron micans, and we'll be doing a little propagation, and I'll be talking a bit about hair, which I am right now, of course. So I'll try not to be all over the place, and I'll try and keep everything sequential and organized, because I tend to be all over the place. Yeah, so this is a beautiful plant. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the leaves just grow all over my walls, and I love it, and I keep on letting them grow all over my walls. So if you like, you can let your vines grow all over the walls. Ideally, many people would like them to grow on poles, moss poles, but in this part of the world, I do not see moss poles anywhere. So either maybe you find a bamboo stick, or yeah, they do sell some sort of poles for vines to climb on, in some roadside garden nurseries. I haven't really looked into that, but anyway, Philodendron Micans. Also, this plant is, I mean, it's doing perfectly well in this part of the world. It's most indoor plants, most vines are forest plants, and their original habitat is the forest, so they like to grow under low light. I mean, do not confuse low light with no light at all. You can see the amount of light we have right here. This would be perfect for philodendron mican. If I mean right now at this time of the year in Lagos, Nigeria, like the sun is really intense. It's really hot right now, and yeah, I must tell you that some of my leaves have been burning. I will show you. I will show you. Oh god, I hope I don't fall over. Look at that hole there. That was burnt. That was burnt. Let me see. Well, this plant is doing pretty well. This plant is doing pretty well. So no complaints so far. I think it's the younger ones that tend to get easily burnt. But this one is quite mature, doing well. It's in a small pot. It could be in the bigger pot. But yeah, this will have to do. Yeah, so they're forest plants and they like low light. They like the shade. They like humidity. They like a warmth. So warmth. So that is best for them, and they like it moist as well. They don't like it dry, even though I'll say that these plants are quite hardy, and they don't die on you easily. I've killed some from trying to root them in water. Maybe because I didn't change the water, but I did change the water. I don't know, some of them just got rotten, and they died on me, unfortunately, and those ones had really big leaves. I was sad. It was heartbreaking. um so yeah, these plants are really easy to grow. Of course, they don't like to sit in water or they will rot, so maybe that's why mine rotted. So I just plant mine straight into the soil, and that works every time. So this plant is a good old faithful and has been very reliable. I just can't get over how beautiful this plant looks on camera. So yeah, native South America, even though they do very well in this part of the world. So who knows, they may even be native here. We just haven't seen it in the forest. Anyway, moving on. Yes. So that's how I started my philodendron micans collection, and there's so many other philodendrons to explore, to look at. So basically, what I will be doing, I will be making videos on different plants, talking about the plants every single episode, doing a bit of propagating, talking about the care, lighting, and other things to do with the plants, and just general chit chats. I hope so. As I'm saying it now, I'm saying it so I can hold myself accountable, so I can continue to make videos and be consistent. Because my last video was like what, March, just before the lockdown. Anyway, so I really hope it doesn't rain. I thought today was going to be a sunny day, but I'm outside right now, so it's all right. And even though this plant is also a very luxurious, gorgeous looking plant, very easy to take care of. So do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. So for some propagation, I just hope I've not missed any other points. I took some cuttings off the wall and I just put them on this palm for ease of access. So I'll just show you. Look. So with basic propagation techniques, this is the top of the plant that's about to produce a new leaf. This is the leaf that I got. I think I left this plant in water for too long, just so it won't wither and die. I did it like last week because I didn't have time to plant it straight away. So many plants to take care of, so many children, so many babies. Oh my god. So there's a leaf coming out here, and that is a node, and we always have arrow roots at the nodes. I hope you guys can see it's another arrow root, and here we have a leaf as well, and by this leaf we have another aerial root. And so what we're going to do straight away, ideally, instead of maybe cutting it from here, you can maybe leave about 2 nodes, 2 or 3 nodes, as you like it, you know, really. I usually do 2 to 3 nodes. So for this one, I'll do 3, and I have to take this leaf off, unfortunately. Precious leaf. You know, so always take your cuttings below the node, and especially with vines, below the arrow roots, so that when you put this in soil, this will begin to root and branch out, and you have a successful plant, hopefully. And you for propagating, the soil shouldn't be too moist, or you may just your plant might just rot, you know. Depending also on the time of the year, of the season. So here's one cutting. I'm gonna take off the leaf now. One cutting, and here we have a pot. So anyway, we've cut this, so we're just gonna do a few cuttings. So 1, 2. I hope you can see the arrow roots and the nodes. We cut below the node again. Ooh, okay, there we go. So that has dropped, and another one. So yeah, we have 1, 2. Oh, there. 3, I believe. 3 cuttings. I will just take off the leaves. Ideally, you should take off the leaves. So any leaves above, you can leave them behind. So I'll just snip this extra bit of stem off. So we'll plant this, and you can see how the leaves. Sometimes maybe new people that are new to plants might mistakenly plant them upside down. But you should always look where the leaves are growing towards. If you look, the roots are coming down, facing this way, and the leaves are going up. You can't do it this way because the leaves are down, you know. So always this way. So we're gonna leave this leaf on top. We're gonna take off that leaf, and this leaf has gone off. So, and this is actually too long. So I will cut this into 2, and maybe we'll just see how we'll sort it out. I wish you guys could see better. So here we have another one. Oh my god, 13 minutes. I better hurry up with this. So there's just extra bit of stem there. We'll cut it off. Take off this leaf. Take off this leaf as well, because when we put this into the ground, into the soil, we don't want this to be inside the soil and rot, so we just take it off. So it will bring out new leaves later, you know, don't need to worry about that. So here we have 1, 2, 3, and one tiny one. But I'll just leave that one aside. So I thought I would have enough time. It seems like I talk a lot. I thought I'll have enough time to do like, at least I had like 4 pots here, you know. But we can only do 1 because I'm looking at the time. My time is going. I don't want to spend too much time talking. Less talking and more doing. So either use a pair of scissors, sterilize. People say sterilize, but I clean my secateurs, or my, if you want to call it, you know, your cutters, just to save yourself the French or the English. I clean them once in a while, like once in a blue moon. I mean, I should do it more often, but I rarely do. I don't know if that's why some of my propagations haven't been successful. I don't know how crucial sterilizing your cutters are to the success of plants. There probably is, but I haven't really experienced that like so drastically. Anyway, I use these to cut the plant. You can use this. So yeah, anyway, we're done with this. Let's have one more look at this, how beautiful this would be. So when I've done these cutting and they grow, by the grace of God, yeah, this will turn into that. So anyway, I have a pot of soil here. So it's black, dark topsoil mixed with good compost that I get from a very reliable source, you know, and I love it. And when I first started, I used to get really rubbish soil, and then it was like, got really hard. It was like sandy clay, and it was kind of red soil, you know, that you see around. But you know, once you start to make a few contacts, you find, you know, the right people and everything goes well. So I'm just going to fill the pot. So here we have 2 cuttings. I don't have time to make any more cuttings. I'll do that later outside of the video. Here's the pot. This is a small to medium pot. Look at the soil. Our cuttings. So I will just make a hole, maybe 3 holes. Ideally, you can also just make 1 hole and bunch the 3 together. I do that sometimes. Bunch the 3 together and stick them in. I'm not really fussy with propagation at all. I just like stick things into the soil and leave it and go and forget it, and yeah, just keep watering till you see something good, and then you're like, hey, let's go, you know. So I've made 3 holes, as you can see, and I'll just put made them with my hand. You can make it with a stick if you don't want to get too dirty. So I'll show you. Stick it in. Yeah. Stick it in. Yeah, 1 node should be enough. If it's for other plants, other stemmy plants, maybe about like at least 3 to 4 nodes in. I mean, other people might say otherwise. They might say 5. I don't know. It actually depends on the plant. So you just need to like do your homework before you do anything. So anyway, they're all in. So you just kind of like pat them down around the stems, you know, so they it would fill in the gaps in the holes. So they're in now, and there we have propagated our Philodendron Micans, and it's got 1 leaf. So if this leaf doesn't die and shrivel and wither away, you know, it also means that there's hope. There's hope. So yeah, that's it for Philodendron Micans. I can see the time going, and so I just better leave now. Yeah, that's it for Philodendron Micans. It doesn't like too much light or it will burn. Likes, just give it shades. Proper indoor plants, forest plants like shade. Yeah, not too much water. And to be honest, like me telling you not too much water, you might not really get it. You actually just have to try for yourself and see. Like, this garden plant life is just all about trial and error and seeing what works and what doesn't work. So if you had Philodendron Micans and it dies, do not worry. You can always get another one from me or from wherever else you can find it, and keep trying. Keep trying. You can get cuttings from people you know. As you begin to grow, you know more people and grow your community. You can always get cuttings. You can get cuttings, you know, as you walk on the streets, on the road, as you visit people's homes, and just begin to, you know, grow away and grow your collection really, and never have to run out of plants. So yeah. So I hope I've done this video justice. I hope you found this somewhat educative or informative and entertaining. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Philou, also known as the Steward of the Earth, which you are as well. See you later. Bye-bye. Whenever you make your cuttings, always, actually it depends on the plant, but for Philodendron Micans, always take off most of the leaves. You may not always have to, but take off most of the leaves if you can. Leave the top leaves on, and always keep your newly propagated plants in a shaded area, or else they'll get too dehydrated, and there'll be a lot of leaf activity going on, as opposed to like the roots activity that you want going on inside the soil, you know. So yeah, keep them in the shaded area so they don't get too much like photosynthesis activity going on, which is not what we want. We want the underground growth. So yeah, keep them in the shaded area, and yeah, put your hand in the soil to see how moist it is, so you don't overwater your plants. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.